Hello, hello everyone. My name is Barbara and this is my Flosstube channel, Stitching and Tea with B. That's me. So, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? Hello everyone. This is Barbara, and as I was reviewing my video prior to sending it to my editor, I realized that I had left out a small little portion in my intro. So after being gone away for a few months, I'm a little rusty, but I know you will forgive me because you are kind people. So here goes. This is Stitching and Tea with B. I am Barbara, and this is my Flosstube channel where I talk about my love of cross-stitching and tea. Not gossip tea, but sippable, drinkable, consumable tea. And if that sounds like something that would pique your interest, you're a little bit curious, you want to see what that's all about, I invite you to join me now in the rest of the video. Thank you, and I'll see you over there. I'm doing okay. I want to thank you all so much for commenting on my last video where I shared that I was ill and not able to film. Thank you for texting me, calling me, emailing me, messaging me, all the things. I'm so grateful for this community and for those of you who took time out of your day to send me well wishes. They are truly appreciated. I am better. I am a lot better, but I'm not 100%. So I'm still taking it slow, and but I feel good. I feel good today, so today's a good day to film, right? We've got a lot of road to cover, so I'm going to jump right in. I wanted to say thank you to all of you who commented and liked and shared my last Flosstube video, which was March stitches, I believe, because I hadn't done April and I didn't do May. So thank you so much for that. We've got a giveaway winner I need to announce in just a moment. And a lot of stuff to go over, like I said today. But thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing my channel and helping it to grow. I decided that I wanted to give you all a name. You know how you see some of the celebrities do these name mashups, and well, I can't do that, but because I have a whole bee theme, I'm going to call you all my honeybees because you all are so sweet. So you're going to be my honeybees. So from now on, I'm going to greet you as honeybees. Okay? Okay, sounds good to me. Okay, we need to get going because I do have a lot to share with you today because I did not film in May, so I'll have some stitching from April. Now in May is when I got ill. My family and I went on a cruise. It was my husband and I's 40th wedding anniversary, and we took the family on a little cruise. We did a California coastal, and that was lovely. We were in multiple climates, so when we left home, it was upwards like 90, 95 degrees. We in coastal, so we went to San Diego, and it was a nice day. And then we were in San Francisco, and it was raining. We ended our cruise in Canada, which I have just fallen in love with. This cruise, we went to Victoria and Vancouver, and just loved it. We took some tours, and we really like Canada. Anyway, moving right along, let's do the giveaway winner, shall we? So what was up for grabs for my, was it 35,000, 38,000? No, it was my Flosstube anniversary. My 1-year Flosstube anniversary. That's what the giveaway was for. Listen, I didn't take a lot of notes, but I did jot some things down to go over with you. So you will excuse me because I do have a little bit of brain fog still. And so sometimes I go in and out. And you all who know me well will know that I am looking to the right or the left because my windows are open and I'm looking for my birds. Oh, on that note, I want to say thank you so much to all of you who indulged me with my Rupert story. I looked at that video back and was a little embarrassed because I got way too excited about a crow. But I do love him, and I want to let you know he has visited me multiple times with a special thing on my birthday, which was last month. And I thought that was so bizarre that he would come right at my window on that particular day and was just caw, 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 calling like crazy. I wasn't feeling my best, and I was trying to talk to him, but my voice was not my voice, and that was another reason why I couldn't film. You guys would not have recognized my voice at all. It dropped several octaves, and I sounded kind of like a man, so I didn't care for that sound. So anyway, you know me. I'm going to go here, there, and then I'll be right back here. So let's stick here because, like I said, I got a lot to cover. Giveaway winner. Okay, giveaway winner. What was up for grabs is this cute chart, Honey Fair, which is fitting, right, for my honeybees. And the giveaway winner of this chart is Jessica, the stitching writer. So if you are Jessica, the stitching writer, you can find my email address in the drop-down box below. If you would email me and give me your mailing address, I will get this right out to you. Okay? Honey Fair. I'm stitching this one too. And you guys have never seen it because it's not in my rotation. There I go again. Anyway, moving right along. So that's Honey Fair. You know what? I don't have my extra table, so we're going to load up this one again. Next on my list to speak to you about is I want to give away from Colleen over at Rebel Stitcher Designs, and I won pants. This is so cute. It says, I can't decide what pants to wear, smarty or fancy. This is so me for you guys who know me in real life. So, and there are two birds on it too. So that's really exciting. There's an owl and a peacock, and those two are some of my favorites, some of my favorite birds. All right. Yeah, I'm excited about that, getting that one started up. And while we're on the subject of birds, one of my honeybees, let's see if I can find that on here. Oh boy, I wrote it. One moment, please. That's what happens when you have too many books for note taking. Anyway, one of my honeybees, Sharon's Paw, I hope I'm saying that correctly, Sharon's Paw 8918 recommended that I read The Backyard Bird Chronicles by Amy Tan. And so I wanted to say to Sharon, I did purchase the book. I actually bought it the same day you recommended it. I went right to Amazon, threw it in my cart, and then it was delivered the very next day. I haven't read it yet, but I did thumb through it, and I'm so excited to make this my summer read. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this. It's got illustrations in it. It talks about the different birds. I'm so excited about that. And again, while we're on the bird theme, I had another honeybee, Stitching with Charlie, who told me about the Lola Crow's Extraordinary Bird SAL. And I purchased that, Charlie. I purchased that, and it is kitted up. I was waiting for the fabric, and the fabric arrived this past week, so it is all ready to go. I should have brought the picture over, but I didn't, and I'm not going to go get that. I don't want to take up too much extra time looking for things, but I'm very excited about that, and I thank you so much for sharing that with me. I love it. It is going to be fantastic. You know what? No, I'm not going to go get it. Should I go get it? No, I'm not going to go get it. I'm not going to go get it. But I thank you so much, and you all will be seeing that. It was my desire to start it this month, but I overbooked myself, and I'm not able to get into that this month. But I'm so excited about it. I don't plan to keep up with the SAL at all. I do believe that Jason X Stitch or Jason Cross Stitch is also doing this, and he's not keeping up with the SAL either. I am very behind, right? I believe it started in April, and here we are June, basically July, right? Last week of June here, so we'll be going into July, and so there'll be more pieces coming along. I'm not mad about that. I just want to stitch the piece, and I want to make sure that I do a good job and also put it on the fabric correctly, because that has been something that I've been finding lately, that I get my fabric a little twisted and end up with the design going the wrong direction. And that's quite heartbreaking, isn't it? Because then I have to start over. Do I start over? No. I put it aside and I say I'll get to it one of these days. And I don't want to do that with this piece. I do want to finish, start it and finish it. Okay. Barber tangent. You know how I do. Don't act surprised. You're not new. All right. Now, I got a lot of happy mail. The first thing I want to show you is from my sweet friend, Sheila, Sunshine Stitchers. Sheila went to England, and Sheila had tea at Fortnum and Mason, which is a really big deal, you all. She had afternoon tea there. Little bit jelly, but you know, that's fine. I know she had a wonderful time because I have been seeing pictures online of others and videos as well of others. I've been tracking Fortnum and Mason for years. I mean, even before my oldest daughter was born, and she's mid-30s, so long time. But Sheila thought of me, and I was so glad that she did. She purchased this card for me. It's that really, really cute card. Put it here. And this is from the Fitzwilliam Museum, University of Cambridge. And I love botanicals, so this was right up my alley. And when I was a card maker, I would color or paint watercolor things that look like this. This is nice. This is very nice. But you know what's even better? This. Sheila bought me tea from England. So I'm so excited about this. I have had this several times. It's a very strong tea. Now with this one, I can brew it strong or I can brew it weak. Now, it is a strong, stout, good morning tea. It's a good afternoon tea too, but I absolutely love it. It pairs wonderfully with a little bit of milk or cream and a little bit of sweetener. Sweetener of choice in this one is going to be either monk fruit or the amber sugar crystals. But Sheila, you have no idea how much this touched my heart, and I smiled for days over this. I have it downstairs. I have an antique sewing machine down there by my dining room table, and that's where I keep it so that every time, each and every meal that I take, I'm looking right at this. And the card as well. I keep them together and then, you know, just pop open the top and just have a little tea. I love it. It smells delightful. And you know I'm going to keep this tin because I'm a sucker for packaging. I was so surprised. This is such a beautiful, beautiful, heartfelt gift. And I thank you so much. Well, then I also had a birthday, see? And I had my friend Jeanne. I have mentioned Jeanne before. She doesn't have a Flosstube channel, but she does a fantastic job of stitching. She's also a card maker, and she's on Instagram. I will pop her information down below. But Jeanne sent me this. You see, she made a beautiful card. It says celebrate. So, so pretty with a lovely sentiment inside. And she also sent me a magazine. This is the Spring 2025 Cross Stitch magazine, Just Cross Stitch magazine. So thank you so much, Jeanne. I appreciate that. Thank you for thinking of me. And last but certainly not least, a friend, a new friend, a wonderful lady that I met when I went on the Flosstube at Sea cruise with Jean Farish and the Sunshine Stitchers back in January. She and I became friends, and we've kept in contact all this time. So for my birthday, Shani, girl, she outdid herself. First of all, she sent this beautiful, beautiful card. And I love that it has the foiling on there. I used to do foiling too when I did my card making. Beautiful sentiments inside. I totally, totally appreciate that. This gift was so awesome. When I opened it at the dining room table, all of us just kind of stared with our mouth open. My youngest just kind of, she said, "Mom, I am so touched." And it wasn't even her gift. Let me show you what Shani gave me. First of all, this beautiful project bag. Look at that. Just look at that. It's so good. And this beautiful tassel on there. The inside matches the trim. which I love and appreciate. I love the vintage. Oh, I hope that that zipper's not too loud in your ear. I love the vintage look and feel of this. This is so me and my house. And she couldn't know that. She knew I liked bees. But this, if I could find fabric like this, I would recover this chair right here. I would recover this chair in this fabric. It is so me. I absolutely love it. I love the bag. I love the weight of the bag. It's beautifully made. And this comes from Jordy's Handmade. I'm going to put her down below as well. And she's on Etsy. I did check her out. She didn't have too many bags in stock right now, but this is gorgeous. Look at this. I just love it. I really love it. But inside of this bag, because this is good. This is good. But look what else Shannon gave me. You're going to love this. Look. Let me see if I can get the glare. There we go. Shannon stitched this for me. It's so pretty. I just love it. When I took this out of the bag, we all gasped. Look at it's all bees. All bees. The queen bee there, and then my initials are in here. The year, and then I love that she put her name down there. And then it is framed, ready to go. Look at that, all ready to go. And she put the little seal on the back that says Stitched with Love by Shannon. Girl, this is fantastic. I just love it. I love it so much. Now, I haven't displayed it anywhere because, like I said, I had been sick. I was keeping it in the bag, and now that I'm feeling better, she has inspired me to actually clean my studio, break my studio down, and let them pass through, and redo my bee corner. I have a little shelving unit over there, and that has all the things on it that are bees. I just love it. Look at that, you guys. So nice. It's catching my window glare. But I love it. Thank you so much, Shannon. I appreciate that so much. So much. Such wonderful things from wonderful people. What else do I have on my list? Oh, I had asked in my video, because I showed you guys in my last video, Shakespeare tea that I got from see? There we go. It flew away. But anyway, I had talked about a Shakespeare's tea that I purchased. And I asked the question, how old would William Shakespeare be if he were alive today? And I had 3 responses. Tana, I hope I'm saying that right. Tana Duncan Lewis, 9720, Barks Best, and Linda Stitches. All 3 told me that he would be 461 years old. And I believe it was Barks Best. Let me double check. Yes. Who said that Shakespeare was born and he died on the same day. That is something. It's very dramatic and so Shakespeare, right? Yeah, when I read that, I thought, well, goodness, that's harsh. But there you go. So 461 years old, and we are still, well, I am. I can't speak for everyone. I am still enjoying his sonnets and his writings. And I have a whole collection of things from Mr. Shakespeare. Yes, it was Barks Best. Okay, I talked about that. Okay. So, before we move into the next section, I forgot to say at the beginning, happy Juneteenth, happy Pride, happy summer, and happy anything other day that I may have missed that I don't know about. But so this is a month of Jubilee and celebration, and that's what we should be doing for the month of June. And it's almost over. Zoom, right? It's just zooming by. Okay, I can't see my clock. I don't know how long I've been rambling. I think that I have gone over everything on my table. So today for you, I have starts, whips. I have a finish that some of you are going to be really, really pleased with. And I want to say this here, and I'll repeat it again when I get to the stitching part. I have a project that I am, let that go by. That's just three motorcycles from the cycle club. They meet up the street, and I tell you what, when they come flying down, and this is a residential area. When they come flying down there, it is something else. I'm telling you what. But back to this, I have a stitch that my Sunday stitch that I am supporting Andrew, the runner stitcher, in his Whip into Shape challenge. And I will talk more about that when we get into stitching. He is training for a marathon, and he has us stitching so many stitches compared with the miles that he is running on that particular day. He has a document that you can click on his channel, and you can go and see that. Like I said, I'll talk more about that at the end, but I did want to mention that here in an isolated thing. Another announcement that I wanted to make is Lindy Stitches, Midsummer Stitches go on sale today, right? So if you want to join that, it's $15. I do believe that the Midsummer Stitch starts on, you know what, I'm not even going to say the date because I didn't really look at it that closely. It's toward the middle end of July. Once you go there, you'll find it. And so if you went last year, it's the similar format. So there'll be some sessions with, I just love the meet and greets with the designers. That's my favorite thing, and getting to hear what they're thinking about and what they have coming out for the rest of the year and that. And this time she's going to have, in addition to stitching tables and a whip parade and speed dating, I think that's what she calls it. I don't remember. In addition to that, she's going to have interviews with or sessions with floss tubers. So that should be interesting too, to see your favorite floss tubers in that arena. Of course, there'll be shopping, and should be fun. She's also selling merch now, and I love that Luna moth. So I love a Luna moth, so we'll see if I get any merch from that. All right, I think I have rambled enough. I've gone through everything on my table. All right, I am going to do a reset, and then I'm going to show you what I've been stitching since the last time we were together. Okay? Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to begin with my starts, and I started this one back in April, and I haven't worked on her since. This is Woolemina from Plum Street Samplers, part of the Jack's Sweet Shop collection. Cute little Woolemina here, little sheepy. And my goal for this one, when I started it, is when I start my projects, I do like to give myself a goal of not how many stitches, but what I would like to accomplish, right? So on this one, I wanted to get in the sheep. I love this chart. I like all of the different pinks. I'm a real pink girly. And you know, when I saw this on the pattern here, I thought that she was going to have a little pink tinge to her. I wasn't real keen on that, but let me show you how it turned out. Woolemina is stitched on 16 count graceful gray from Witchelt using the called for threads, which is a combination of Classic Colorworks and DMC. And she doesn't have a pink tinge to her at all. And I'm really pleased about that. So as I said, my goal was to stitch the sheep, and I did that. She's so cute. Look at the little heart on her bum. So I'm excited to get back to her. She'll go into rotation. I would like to finish this year, but I have so many things lined up. I don't know where she's going to fit since she fell out of rotation. I should have stitched on her a little bit more in April. But anyway, it is what it is, right? This is not a contest, and this is not a race. This is fun. So I have to keep telling myself that. You got to finish this so that you can start that, and you got to finish it. I don't have to do any of that. All I have to do is relax and enjoy my hobby. And that's what I'm doing. So all of my needle minders will be listed in the description box below. If while I am going over a stitch, I remember where I got it from, I will mention it. And I do believe this one is Flamingo Toes. I thought that was a cute one to go with her. I always try to match my needle minders to my projects. You guys do that? So anyway, this is Woolemina from Plum Street Samplers. Going to be really pretty with all those pinks in there. Very excited about that. On a little green mound. Would love to frame it exactly as it is shown. Would love to, because actually it was the finishing, the fully finished, that inspired me to even stitch this. She's going to be cute in my bedroom though. Maybe as a pillow. I don't know. I have a basket of decorative pillows in my room that I never do anything with. They just sit in that basket on the side of my fireplace. Nobody sees them. So I'm thinking, I don't want to add another one. If I stitch something and decide to either pay someone to finish it or finish it myself, I want to display it. I don't want it sitting off to the side someplace. Anyway, that's another Barbara tangent. Let's move along. The next thing I started in May. Now, May is my birthday month, and for the month of May, I like to stitch bees or mermaids. Well, this May was different because I fell ill, so I really wasn't able to stitch anything. But at the beginning of May, specifically May 1st, I started Queen Bee, which was a kit that I picked up at Fat Quarter Shop, and it's by Robin Pickens in collaboration with Moda. This kit is so cute. It came in this box here. Cute little box. And it came with it included the Cosmo thread, which I was very excited about, and also a wonderful piece of fabric and a John James needle. Now, I don't think it was very expensive for everything that you got in here, and the fabric for this is absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I love the way that it feels in my hand. This is 14 count natural Aida cloth. They don't tell me who it comes from. And because Moda makes fabric, I kind of assumed that it would be Moda, but I couldn't find any more. But if someone knows where I can find cross-stitch fabric from Moda, let me know in the comments, because this drapes beautifully. And you see, look at how it just rolls up so nicely. I did stitch this in hand, and I took this with me on my cruise. This was my airplane and cruise ship stitch. Didn't do too much on the ship, but when I was stitching these wings, stitching her wings here, I was really concerned that they weren't showing up properly, but in this light, I can see them very well. When I had my magnifier on with the light, I couldn't see it so well, and I thought, well, that's okay, trust the process, and once you get to the gray, you'll outline it, and then it will pop. But it actually looks really nice in this light, doesn't it? Looks just fine to me. Move that over. Here we go. There we go. And I love the way it's charted with this little shine on the bee back. So looks like a little highlight. You see that there? That's nice. Very, very pretty. I love it. I can't wait for it to be done. I do like the pillow finish, but I think I'm going to frame it so that I can put it in my bee display in my studio. So, so cute. And again, the fabric is just I loved it. I love it so much. It's the perfect weight. It's the perfect stiffness. and I do switch off. So some of my projects, again, depending on what type of fabric I'm using, will determine how I stitch it. Meaning, do I use a hoop? Do I use a nurge? Do I use a Q-snap? Or will I stitch it in hand? Or will I put it on my scroll rods? But this one is perfect for in hand, and such a sweet little size, perfect for taking on vacation. That's Queen Bee. And again, I picked this up from Fat Quarter Shop. I will list that little guide down below. Okay. Oh, let me show you this. These are the flosses that came with it. Again, all Cosmo. And I hadn't worked with Cosmo floss very much, but I love them. You see, I have my Sunshine Stitchers floss drops. And all I did was just, write the number on the back in pencil so that I can erase that and use them again. But these are the colors here. Very, very nice. All represented. Yep. Okay. The next thing I started in May was I went to Spring Mingle, Lindy Stitches Spring Mingle, and I took This Bee's Got Knees class with Kathy. I must need some water. Anyway, I took the class, and again, it was my intention to take this with me on vacation and to get some of this done. I did know pre-stitching, and pre-stitching wasn't required for the class, and I didn't. But I did start it later, and it calls for mushroom or mocha Belfast linen. Well, I don't stitch on linen, so I bought, they had a suggestion of dirty Aida cloth. So that's what I bought. And this is 16 count dirty Aida cloth from Zweigert. And I tell you what, it's too dark for me, so I did not continue. I have ordered, I have another piece of fabric in my stash that I am going to use with this, and it's lighter, and I'm excited about doing that because I really want to get back to this. I wanted to have this done for my birthday, but that didn't work out either. So looking at this, I love it, but I thought, well, I really don't have any use for that. So I was thinking about doing this. This is really pretty, but on a lighter fabric, and then framing this and using that in my studio. I love the colors. This is perforated paper here that this is stitched on, and I had everything all kitted up and ready to go, but it was not to be. So yeah, I like this fabric. I think it's pretty. It's fine. It's just not light enough for me for this particular stitch. But that's This Bee's Got Knees. Hey, speaking of Lindy Stitches, is anybody planning to go to Lindy Stitches Midsummer Stitch? Drop in the comments if you are. I think that I'm going to do it. I need to check my dates to make sure that I'm going to be in town. But that sounds like fun. I went to the one last year, and I love when they have the meet and greets with the designers. This time they're going to have something different. They're going to have interviews with floss tubers, or you get to interact with different floss tubers. So that should be interesting too. All right, moving right along. So that's it for my starts. Next up is going to be my whips. Move all this out of the way. And whips are works in progress. Okay, I want to start getting the habit of saying what the acronyms are. This one is Spring Quaker from Lila Studio, and I started this on the first day of spring. Coincidentally, today is the first day of summer, and I will be starting the summer Quaker, and I'm really excited about that. But Spring Quaker, I'm going to put in a picture of where I was last time so you can see where I am now. And here I go. So again, I do goals, and my goal was to get this top sentiment done, the top part of this done, and I was able to complete that. And I wanted to finish this flower, but I was not able to do that. So I did what I could, and looking forward to getting back to this. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to work all these Quakers. I have all of her seasonal Quakers. I have Halloween as well. And I'm just wondering how I'm going to put them into rotation. I have an idea, but you know, some of them, most of these seasonal changes are on the same day of the same day of the year, meaning summer started on the 20th and spring did too. So, you know, it's going to be a juggle. Yes, I could work on one in the morning, one in the evening. I could do that. But, you know, I have other things to do in my life too, besides stitching. Tangent. Anyway, I do love this piece, and I've seen lots of people stitching it, and a lot of people go all around and save this for the center for last. And I was going to do that until I got these words in, and I said, ooh, how easy would it be to just add that and then drop down and start that basket. That's actually my favorite part, the basket. So I might want to save it. You know what? What if I just, no, I couldn't do that because I already have that. Anyway, oh, you know, I'm not going to, just do the center part. But I do love the Quakers. I love the bunnies. Of course, I love the crow and the bees. Okay, of course, I will stitch the entire thing. Needle minder is caterpillar cross stitch. Love, love, love this piece. Her Quakers are so detailed and just so pretty, and I like discovering little bits and pieces in them, right? Ooh, like there's a bee. The bunny has a carrot. Very, very cute. Oh, there's another bee. Yeah. Oh, look, there's another one. You'd think I hadn't looked at this before. It's been a minute. Anyway, this is Spring Quaker from Lila Studio, and Spring Quaker is stitched on 16 count Murmur Aida cloth from Picture This Plus using the called for Classic Colorworks and DMC threads. And I am stitching this using 2 threads. Everything that I've showed you so far is using 2 threads. I generally do use 2 threads. I like the fullness that gives, the coverage that gives. So that's usually what I do. All right, moving right along. Spring Quaker. Right into, I'm going to do this one next. So this one is She Mad Had Her Dreams from Barbara Anna Designs. Okay, and this is where I was, and this is what I've accomplished. My goal with this time was to finish her face and get that hair going, and that's what I did. She Mad Had Her Dreams is stitched on 16 count Morning Lilac from Zweigart, and this fabric, I'll say it again, was EJ's choice when I went to Florida at the beginning of the year for the cruise, the Flosstube at Sea cruise. I met Sheila and EJ for the first time, and EJ helped me pick out the fabric for She Mad. And I purchased this from the Cross Stitch Cupboard, where Sheila goes to her meet up with friends to stitch. These threads I'm using all the called for, and I do believe it's all DMC. And again, this is 2 threads that I'm using on this. I am so excited about getting to this one. I think about it all the time and then I don't pull it out, but I love it. Look at how this is popping up off the fabric here. You can see my hoop mark. Ugh, I hate that. I hope it goes away. Needle minder, I will make a notation of that down below. I love how this is shaded here, as it looks like she's in shade on this side, right? And the hair is going to be fabulous. Sorry about that. Yep, the hair is going to be fabulous. Look at that. See, it's darker here. This is a beautifully charted. Absolutely amazing. We are all mad here. Cheshire cat tail. The little caterpillar smoking his whatever he's smoking. We got the little dormouse sitting on a cupcake. I love the mushrooms with the little stripes underneath there. You got your clock, your pocket watch rather. And I thought that there was a lock on here. No? I don't have my glass. Nope, there's a key though. Okay. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very nice design, Barbara Anna. So this is She Mad Had Her Dreams from Barbara Anna Designs. Yep, I got to get back to that one. I plan to finish it in a hoop. I have the hoop and everything all ready to go. Just need to finish the stitch. Okay, my next whip is, well, it's going to be this one. This is, and I've been stitching on this for a while. This is Old Fashioned from Shannon Christine, and I can't remember how many years I've been working on this. 2022, I think, because I bought it right when she released this. And then I joined a SAL that I did not finish for a number of reasons. Number one, I left too small of a margin on mine, and then I started stitching it with this color here. That is the called for, and I am using all of the called for DMC. And I liked it, but then I don't have anything that's this color for Christmas or winter. So I thought, well, I took all that out and then I put it away and I said, I'm done with it. I'm not going to finish it. But then in my planner, there's a section in there for rainy day stitching. And I said, you know what? It doesn't rain that much in California. I really don't care if I finish this chart or not. It's not that I don't like it. I'm mad at myself for how I set it up on my fabric. It has nothing to do with the chart. I think it's great. But I also knew I wasn't going to start it over because I was too far in. So let me show you where I was. And let me show you where I got to. So here we are. And you know, I folded it like this so that I could envision it completed. I'm just going to put it on a sticky board and mount it up like that because I want it to be like a sign on my in my hot chocolate bar. So I didn't want anything too fancy with it, but I have decided to finish it. And so with the rainy day stitch, any day that it rained here, I pulled this out and I stitched on it for an hour. If I felt like going longer, I would, but I guarantee you I did not. I never felt like going longer. The black fabric is challenging, but because it's 14 count, or is it? Nope, it's on 16. 16? Yeah, so this is on 16 count chalkboard black Aida cloth. You will hear my air conditioner just kicked on. I turned it off because I know that the roar is being picked up by the microphone. And so, you know what? I think that I will let that cycle through and I'll be back. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Life is life. It is hot in Southern California. I have my air on. And I hope that the roar doesn't overtake my voice. That's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to keep on going because I'm just about finished. So anyway, this is stitched on 16 count chalkboard black Aida cloth. I don't know the manufacturer of the cloth, but I am, like I said, using the called for threads, and they are DMC. And I do really like it. I have decided to go with the red colorway on the mug. Oh, here we are. I have decided to go with the red colorway on the mug. I don't know if I'm going to do this back stitch that looks like a shadow, because you see this looks like a chalkboard, right? And that's the look that I I want it for my hot cocoa bar. So I think what I'm going to do is just continue on with the stitch. Now, in the summertime here in California, usually late June, early July, we have monsoon season in my neck of the woods. And so I may get some rainy days and then I'll stitch on it again. But it's ongoing. So whenever it rains, I will pull this piece out and put in a few stitches. Yeah, the stitch is not difficult. It's just, like I said, I got mad at it. I was actually mad at me. I wasn't mad at it because it did nothing. But I think it looks really nice so far. I do. I think it looks really nice. And so I'm going to continue on down here, connect this up, get these little words in. And yeah, so this whole section, of course, needs to be done in the mug. I love the peppermints, though. I think they're so cute. And again, not sure if I'm going to put that back stitching in those peppermints or not, because I've done one here and it looks okay to me without. So we'll see. We shall see. This is going to be easy to do. Maybe I'll do that next time it rains, because I can finish those words in there in an hour and then go ahead and connect this. Ooh, I sure hope it connects. I know that this will, but I'm talking about, you know, at the bottom and everything. Well, if this one connected the bottom, it should connect as well. Should. You know how things work out. Cute little needle minder. All right, so that's Old Fashioned from Shannon Christine. I do like the stitch. So this last one, my last whip, is something that we've seen. You've probably seen a lot of it. It is Put a Bird On It from Modern Folk Embroidery. Now this is part of a SAL, S-A-L, a stitch along, and it's with EJ from Sunshine Stitchers, and it is a 13-month stitch along SAL that started in December of 2024. However, it is not too late to join along, because you don't have to finish it this year. The idea of having the 13 months is EJ sliced this in 2 sections, about 1,000 or so stitches per month, and that will put you on track to finish by November, December of 2025. And at the end of that, you would have a completed Modern Folk Embroidery piece, which is ultra exciting, and it's a beautiful stitch, as you can see here. Okay. I will tell you this now, I am sorely behind for a multitude of reasons. But what I decided to do when I heard about it back in May was to join Andrew of the Runner Stitchers Whip Into Shape Challenge. And I will link him below, because this was a really good idea. We're into it. We're into it now. We're about week 7. I believe, but I don't think that should deter you if you want to do it. In a nutshell, what it is Andrew is training for a marathon, and each day that he runs, he has a document that he will plug in the number of, is it miles that he runs? I don't remember, but he puts a number in there, and we are to stitch either. He wants us to do 10 stitches. Yes, I think it is miles. 10 stitches per mile, or stitch the time. So if he runs 30 miles, then you'd stitch for 30 minutes. I think that's how it goes. But I will link him below, and you can go and watch his video where he explains it much, much better than I do. So I dropped that into, that's what I'm doing the Modern Folk Embroidery piece with. And I'm also making it my Sunday stitch. So this way I know that I touch it every single week without fail, because Andrew updates the chart, and then I go and I get the numbers, write it down in my little book, and then that's how many stitches I put in. Now, I have the actual paper pattern. I don't have it on Pattern Keeper or Markup RXP. I don't have that, so I'm not actually counting stitches. I kind of guesstimate, and again, what I do is I give myself a goal. Let me show you my piece, and again, like I said, I am sorely behind, but I am so determined that I'm going to finish this. I need to finish this by November. Because I have something big coming in December, and it's going to take my time up. So anyway, this is where I was, and this is where I am. I think my daughters came home and that's why the air is on. Anyway, here we are. So I added in some more of they call this one, let me show you. They're calling this one Big Blue. So what I'm doing is page finishes, right? So I am not ashamed to tell you that I'm only on page 2. And the reason I'm doing that is kind of to hold myself accountable, right? So that the next time you see this, hopefully I'll be well into page 3. I'm not making any promises though, because here we are in June. I think I have one more Sunday, and I've only worked on this 2 Sundays. Again, you know, I'm still trying to get back to my normal self. And so it'll take me a little minute, but I am so determined. And I actually would like to go down to the beach and rent a room, you know, get a hotel room right there, a condo or something on the beach for a week and just work on this. And not just that, just like to try to get away from all the crazy that's going on all over the place. That I would love to do. So we'll see how that works out for me. Anywho, so here we are. This is what I've done so far on this one. And again, I am, you know, when I see Andrew's numbers come up, I, you know, go ahead and I try to put in, you know, 30 stitches, or I try to put in, you know, whatever I can, whenever I can. But I did want to support him in that because I think that that is fabulous. So like I did this motif here with these letters, and I finished this, actually I finished this here, and I did this and this as well. This as well too. And I started this. Now I started this one last Sunday because it was my Sunday stitch, but I was sleepy and I kept messing it up. So I decided to put the stitch away and go on with my life, take myself a nap, because I'm napping now. That's part of recovery here. And so I'm napping. You know, I don't like a nap. I don't, because I think it's a waste of, I think it's a waste of time. I'd rather be doing something more productive, but you know, I got to get better. So here we are. So my next time in, this Sunday coming up, I am going to do this. And you know, I'm thinking about it. I do have an appointment Sunday. Anyway, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to come into here. I'm going to get in these. So I want to get to the end of this here, right? Yeah, and I am so excited about the swan. So excited about that. I love this piece. I can't wait to finish it. I'm enjoying stitching it. The stitch is wonderful. It's very relaxing. I put on some nice music. I don't usually watch Flosstube when I'm working on this one. I don't want to make mistakes that I'm going to have to go back and rip out. So I try to make sure that it gets my full attention. I don't even listen to audio books. It's really just music, you know, music and my tea, and I'm sitting very quietly because I get to do that. This Put a Bird on It is stitched on 16 count porcelain Aida cloth that I picked up from Roxy Floss Co., which also did the colorations for this. Now with this one, Jacob DeGraff, who designed this, designed it in monochrome, right? And I like that because you can choose whatever colors you want. And I chose this dusty rose color. It's actually called Colonial Rose, and it is a classic Colorworks color, and it's just going to be perfect in my bedroom. This one will be framed. I cannot wait to see it framed. I think it's going to be so, so pretty. I love the fabric. I love the way my threads look on the fabric. And the variations, I don't know if it's showing up on the camera or not, but the thread is highly variegated. I don't even know if that's the right word for it. But you can see there's light here and dark here. It's all the same thread. And I love that. I do. I absolutely love that. I think that looks so pretty. You know what, too? This would make a nice pillow, too. It's going to be square. I forget what the thread, what the stitch count is, but it is a square. Let me see. Does it say? Of course it does, because I plugged it in somewhere. Anyway, taking up too much time looking for that. But this section here would be my initials. You see? That's what he's got here. And then of course I'm gonna put in the date. I have to finish this year. I do not want to carry this into 2026 because I'm gonna do all those other Quakers with from Lila's studio. I want to get those finished up. But I love this. I think it is so, so pretty. All right. So for the SAL, I will put the information also in the description box below. Needle minder is, I know I purchased it from the Fat Quarter Shop, but I will put the information down below for you. I thought that was really cute. A little blue bird to go with that SAL. All right, that's it for my whips. And now I have something that's really exciting to share with you. It's a finish. Not a fully finished, because we don't really do that around here. But it's a finish. And some of you are going to be so happy that I'm finished with this. Now, I told you that today is the 20th of June. Yesterday was the 19th of June. And the 19th of June is a special day for Black Americans. It is Juneteenth, and I finished this Juneteenth day. Hey! I hope I didn't scare you with that. You know, I gave myself a goal, and I said, this has to be finished this year by Juneteenth, and I did that. I'm going to raise up so you can see all of it. Look at that. My. Now I'll tell you, I stitched on this. Oh, you can't see it all. There's the bottom part of it. Now on the chart, it has some specialty stitches. I elected not to do that, and I'm happy about that. My initials, the year I finished. Hey, so pleased with it, you all. So pleased with it. So I learned about the flag, and on my Instagram, I have a breakdown of what each of the elements mean. I meant to bring that here with me, but I did not. Hold on, I'm gonna go get it. Okay, first of all, let me just say, I know this can be controversial to some, but just take a minute to understand what this is about. It's not taking anything away from anybody. It's adding some more richness to the fabric of America. The quilt, patchwork quilt, that all of us are a part of. So we're not taking anything, we're adding to, okay? This Juneteenth is the day that commemorates the emancipation of the last enslaved African Americans in the United States. It's a day of Jubilee. It's a day of celebration, resilience, joy, happiness, because Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation 2 years before the last enslaved people knew about it. So when General Granger came in to read the proclamation and tell the people that they were free, of course that's cause for celebration. So that's all this is, okay? And it's not new. I know a lot of people think, well, that's a new holiday. It's only a new holiday because you didn't know about it. It's been in existence since 1865, and it's been a holiday of celebration since 1866 in Texas. I do encourage you to look it up and learn. But for today, what I'm going to tell you is what the flag represents. You'll notice that it is red, white, and blue, and that is because we are American. It does emulate the American flag because we are American. The star in the center represents Texas because Texas is the Lone Star State. And this is where the last enslaved African Americans were freed on June 19th of 1865 in Galveston. It all works together. Here, let me pull this back so we can see it all at once, as much as we can. So, there you go. Okay, the Nova, which is around here, is a representation of a new beginning for African Americans. The arc, which is here, divides the red and the blue, and it symbolizes a new horizon. And the colors, the red, white, and blue, again, echo the American flag because it's a reminder that enslaved people and their descendants always were and are Americans. So this commemorates, again, the emancipation of the very last. It was 250,000 people were still enslaved 2 years, actually 2.5, almost 2.5 years after Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. So, just a little bit of education. Always want to enhance and to teach if I can. So, again, we're not taking anything away. We're adding. Okay? Okay. So, there's much more symbolism here. I've gone over all of that before, and I'm not going to do it now. You can watch other videos if you want to learn more. But this is designed by Nuri from Shaded Stitchery. Where is that? Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Flying by the seat of my pants. Anyway, there it is. Shaded Stitchery from Nuri at Shaded Stitchery. It's on 14 count oatmeal Aida from Fiber on a Whim, and I'm using the called for threads, which are DMC, and I use 2 threads to stitch it. I'll tell you what, it took me 2 years to finish this for a number of reasons, but because it was the 19th, I originally started stitching it just 1 day a month, and I got it lagging, and I was like, this is going to take forever. And when I first started stitching it 2 years ago, I really thought it was going to take me, I don't know, 6 months. No. And yeah, so I ended up just taking my time with it, and I finished it. I'm so excited about that. It's really pretty. I am going to have it framed, and this will hang in a place of pride somewhere in my house. And not just on Juneteenth. I think that it is going to stay up all the time. I would really like a wall, perhaps in the family room because it's family oriented. I might like to do a black themed wall. You know, just things that show joy or even part of the struggle, because I have a couple of things like that too that are kitted up. I think it wasn't Plum Street. Silver Creek Samplers made a Rosa Parks stitch and something like that. And then Rebel Designs, that's what it's called? Yes, she made Disagree, and I'm working on that this month. I actually started that yesterday, and I want to put those types of things there just to kind of show little bits of our history. I do have some nostalgia type things that may be offensive to some, but I like the round grandmommy with the little, like the, little bandana on her head that's making biscuits. Nobody in my family looks like that. But I just thought I think it's cute. So anyway, I have stitches like that too that I'd like to. I have a friend, her name is Deb. Hey, Deb. and she goes by Stitches of Heritage. I'm going to put her information down below. She stitches phenomenal heritage pieces. Deb is a black woman, so her stitches are going to reflect our lifestyle and things that come from us. I suggest you take a look. We are more alike than we are different, and so if you learn about someone else's culture, you may understand why things are the way they are in certain arenas. And you know, I'm not trying to be political or tell you to do anything that you don't want to do. If you don't want to do this, don't. But it will fall on the ears of those who are at least curious to go and learn about different cultures other than the one that you stand in. Because the majority of people have to learn about one type of culture because that's where our school system's set up. But there's so many others out there, you know? And again, we in America are part of a huge tapestry, and every single culture, every single person, every single skin tone, dialect, hair color, eye color, whatever, has a thread that they are weaving into that tapestry. And I just think it's really, really important, especially today, that we know about other cultures so that we can understand more about how other people navigate through the world. Okay, I'll leave it at that. That is that. That is it for my stitching. This beautiful piece is how we're going to end stitching today. And since stitching is done, do you know what that means? Of course you do. It's tea time. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I have tea. Today, I thought I would do an iced tea for you since we're at the beginning of summer and we're going to need something cooling and refreshing. And this tea fills that bill. If you've been here for a moment, you know I'm not a huge fan of iced tea. I don't hate it. It's just a big waste of tea for me, the way that I prepare my iced tea, because I like a real strong flavor and I have to use a lot of my tea leaves, and I don't like to do that. Anyway, today's tea comes from a company that we've talked about before. It's Brooklyn Tea Company, straight out of New York. And today I am having pomegranate hibiscus tea. This is a green tea. Green tea, hibiscus, and pomegranate is a powerhouse tea that is packed with vitamin C, antioxidants, it's anti-inflammatory. It is good for your heart health. It's good for your blood sugar levels. It's good for weight management. It's good for digestion. Oh my goodness. Again, it's so refreshing because of the hibiscus in there, right? Let me see. I wrote down a few things. There's natural diuretic from the hibiscus. Then you've got your pomegranate and all the things that come with that to help with your blood pressure. So what I want to caution you about this one, it is delicious. It is really good. And you'll definitely want to have this in your tea pantry. However, if you are taking any type of medication or you have any type of medical issues, I would caution you to please speak with your primary health care provider before you enjoy this tea, simply because of those three ingredients. They're superfoods, right? The green tea is definitely a superfood. It has EGCG in it, and what I don't want is for you to have this and it interfere with any type of medication or treatments that you may be having. Herbal teas are not dangerous. They are actually very good for us and they are very beneficial, but we have to be responsible with them and treat them with care. And I'm no medical professional and this is not medical advice. I can drink this. I have talked to my doctor about it and it is fine for me. So I just urge you to do the same thing. Let's get into the tea. So I keep my, I brewed my iced tea. Oh, that's what I want to tell you. I did a cold brew on this. And what that is I put my tea leaves into I have a big mason jar that has an infuser that goes into it. And I put in, see, I have to put in about 3 or 4 scoops of tea in order to get the flavor that I want. And that's such a waste anyway. So I put that in my mason jar, and then I add the water to it, and then I let it steep for about 3 minutes, and then I put it in the refrigerator, either overnight, 4 to 6 hours, whatever. 4 to 6 hours is plenty. Overnight is best. And what that does is it slowly extracts the flavors of the green tea, right? So it makes for a very smooth brew, not a bitter brew, and it's not, it's going to be tart because it is hibiscus, tart and tangy, right? Almost like cranberries. So you've got the hibiscus going with the pomegranate and the green, and all of those flavors meld together, and it makes a beautiful, not only a beautiful looking tea, but a wonderful tasting tea. And then once it is brewed, I keep it in my mirror, a little thermos. And this one, I have several of these, and I change out for seasons. So this is my mermaid one that I use in the summer. I need to put some stickers on here or something. I haven't found any cute mermaids, but when I do, I will. But this is where I have it. Let me give it a shake. This one, I did add sweetener to it, and my sweetener of choice for this is monk fruit. One addition that I would have done here that I did not have is add a little bit of mint. You can also add in a squeeze of lemon, and that'll really boost it up too. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna pour this out. I'll pour it on myself. This is gonna be a little ASMR. Let's see. Oh, you know what? It might be too noisy. Let me see. Ice cube. More ice cubes. And more ice cubes. Ooh, I hope that didn't come across too loud in your earbuds. But anyway, here we go. My straw in. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is going to be my first time tasting this iced. I did take a little spoonful of it last night when I brewed it. And I thought, okay, well, I don't like hot fruit. And the pomegranate in there is pomegranate forward. It is very heavy hibiscus, but it's got a little bit of the sweet and tangy from the pomegranate. So I'm looking forward to it iced, actually. Let me give it a sip. Cheers. Oh, wow. I like that. Oh, yeah. Look at that beautiful color. Can you see that? It's a little dark for you. It's a beautiful deep red shade. Oh, wow. You know what? That's the perfect blend. Nothing is overpowering. Nothing is screaming, hey, I'm hibiscus, or I'm pomegranate over here. It's not doing that at all. You know what I would do? Now, we buy ice because we don't have a lot of icy drinks, so I buy ice in the summertime so I can do these things. But if you make ice at home, if you were to make a strong brew of tea and make your ice out of the tea, that's a plus. Or even use lemonade or lemon, real lemon, not the concentrate, the kind you actually squeeze yourself, and make some ice cubes with that. That would be nice too, because what I'm experiencing here is a little bit of water down from the ice cubes that have melted. I do like a strong tea. This is coming across very nicely, y'all. I love it. I really do. And all the health benefits that are going to come from me drinking this is amazing. Like I said, the three of those together, the three ingredients just on their own are fantastic. But you put the three of them together and you have quite a powerhouse. Let me see if they tell us anything on here. Ooh, I can't see that. Nope, they don't. Just how to prepare it. But just know that This is really nice. And you know what, too? If you were so inclined, you could make these into popsicles. They'd have to be a little sweeter than what I have, though. That is just fine. I love that. Can you see that? So pretty. Look at the color of that. So yes, that is pomegranate. Oh, no, hibiscus pomegranate tea from Brooklyn Tea, and all of those health benefits in there. I encourage you to do some research yourself. That's how I learned these things, is by reading up on them. Of course, I have lots of books, but Google is free, and you can just go on there and Google each of the ingredients. And that's another thing I encourage you to do too. If you are buying an herbal tea, especially an herbal tea, a blend, then you'll want to research each of those ingredients to make sure that they are not going to conflict with your medicines or any treatments you may be doing. Okay? Because some of them, you know, like this one is excellent for your liver, because liver likes bitter things, and the hibiscus is bitter. Now, I'm not getting bitter so much from the tea, but hibiscus is known to be a bitter herb, so it will help your liver. And like I said, it's a natural diuretic too. So you just want to watch out to make sure that it's not conflicting with anything that you may be taking. I can't say that enough, because we don't want you to become ill. Oh, this is yummy. Another sip. Yep. I can see this being a good addition to my summer arsenal of teas. Now, usually in the summer, now I will drink hot tea in the summertime. I'm going to have a cup of hot tea in the morning, and then by afternoon, I'm going to want a cool tea. And normally, my cool tea is right from the fridge, no cubes. So that's the difference for me. The ice is fine. It's just, for me, not a big fan of freezing cold drinks. This is really good. It's really good. I think I could go for a little bit more sweetener. I wouldn't add honey. I wouldn't add honey because the honey is going to change the flavor of it, right? So we could use the amber sugar that I've talked about before, but I use monk fruit sweetener in this, or no sweetener at all, if you choose to. I just think that it would read a little too strong. Might be a little on the bitter side if you didn't add a little sweetener to it. This is fine. Just fine. Thank you for joining me for tea. I'll be right back. Okay, we have come to the end of our time together. Thank you so much for visiting with me today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I know I enjoyed sharing with you, and I appreciate you stopping in and visiting me so much, taking time out of your day to spend a few minutes with me. I know today's was a little longer. That's because we had some catching up to do. I can guarantee you that July's video will be shorter because I haven't done a lot of stitching this month at all. So we'll get through that very quickly. But next month is July, and my plan is to do a little Christmas stitching, Christmas in July. Last year, I planned to do Christmas in July stitching, and once July rolled around, I was not in the Christmas spirit at all. So I didn't touch anything. And you know what I'm finding is that I actually like autumn and Halloween stitching just a little bit more than I like Christmas stitching. So that's really interesting because I've always been such a Christmas girly. So we'll see how that pans out for next month. So that's my plan. I have some whips that I'm going to pull out. I don't know that I'm going to start any new Christmas stitching, but you can never tell with me. So we'll see. I have a lot of Christmas stitches kitted, but I don't know that I'm going to pull them out. So are you going to be doing Christmas in July? I'm curious to know. So speaking of July, don't forget about Midsummer Stitch. Tickets are on sale now, and I'm not sure the date. I think it's July 21st. So take a look at that and see if that's something that you want to do. And they also have merch. I love the Luna moth that's there. And so we'll see what I walk away with as far as merch is concerned. We'll have to see. So that's it. That's it, you know. Still got my tea right here. I'm gonna take another sip because it's just that good. Throat is dry. But do check out this tea from Brooklyn Tea, the pomegranate hibiscus. I say it backwards every time. Oh, no, it is. It's pomegranate hibiscus. I got that right. Anyway, thank you so much for visiting with me again. And take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Look out for your friends. Oh, and I understand we're in for some hot days, right? Heat waves are coming. And some of you will experience triple digits in areas that normally don't get that. In my neck of the woods for summer, we can get upwards of 120 degrees. So this is not new for us. I'm really hoping it doesn't go too much higher than that because I can't imagine, you know, that. But for those of you who are not used to this, please stay hydrated, stay cool, find a cooling station if you don't have means or ways to cool your homes. So we can get through this, you know, just stay hydrated and, you know, drink refreshing teas, stay away from caffeine if you can. Coconut water, plain water is always the best choice, coconut water being second. I try to stay away from sugary drinks and sodas and stuff like that. I don't drink those at all, but just take care of yourself, okay? Okay. So, oh, I told you about Midsummer Stitch. Yes, I think that's it. I'm going to let you go because I get to rambling. I will see you in July, and I will be showing you what I am stitching this month. Like I said, I'm giving you a heads up right now. It's not a lot. I'm still learning to pace myself as getting back from being sick. You know, I just unpacked yesterday. So there's so much to be done yet. Anyway, here I go, rambling on. Take care, everybody. And thanks again. If you are here and you like what you see, I hope you like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, because if I put something in the community tab, you will get notified of it. And what I realized was that I didn't have a lot of people in the community tab, so I couldn't put information in there, for example, to let you know that I was ill and wasn't going to film. And also, I wanted to put the giveaway winner in there, too, so that she would know that she was the winner. So ring that little bell. It's important so that we can all build community here. I do believe I will be quiet now. So you go and do what you got to do, because I'm going to go do what I got to do. And I will see you in July. Okay? Okay. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.